23 starters, 63 laps, and that's 197 miles. And watch for the red light, and then shortly after it, the green, and it will be go for the 63-lap Brazilian Grand Prix. And it's a superb start for Carlos Reutemann and for Riccardo Patrese and Alan Jones, and they've all got ahead of the pole place man Nelson Piquet, who is in fourth position, number 5, as they go into the first corner. Number 21, Chico Serra, the Brazilian, has already spun out of the race. Alan Jones moves out to his left to avoid that spray and get a clear view of the circuit, and Alan Jones is through ahead of Patrese. Alan Jones is up into second place. Reutemann, Jones, and behind them in third position Riccardo Patrese, and these three are already, even in this early stage of the race, pulling away from the battle behind them for fourth position. As I talk to you, it's Elio De Angelis, the Lotus team driver, who is in fourth position, with Bruno Giacomelli in the Alfa Romeo in fifth position. Ten laps completed. Patrese still third, De Angelis fourth, Rosberg in fifth position, and now John Watson in sixth place. And we're looking down now at John Watson as the picture changes, and Watson has got ahead of Rosberg. So there is the battle for fifth and sixth position. John Watson in fifth place now in the red and white Marlboro car, followed by, there goes Rosberg. Watson, Rosberg, and it's Jean-Pierre Jarier behind him, and behind Jarier is Marc Soura. Jarier, jumper Jarier, the Frenchman challenges and passes Keke Rosberg. We're looking at Rosberg and Soura now. Soura right up with Rosberg. And he's going to go through, is he? That's where Jarier went through. No, Rosberg closes the door very firmly in the Swiss driver's face. Prost is going to take it. Prost is going to punch his way through, and he does it, and Pironi's lost it. Pironi's lost it and harpoons Prost. And there's a perfect indication of how effective the catch fencing is on today's Grand Prix circuit. Back again to see Watson and Soura. Soura has got ahead of Jarier. Marc Soura, that's Watson, and look at the next car, it's Marc Soura who has gone up a place. So Soura is now in sixth position, the second of these two cars. The blue and white cars behind him are in seventh and eighth places. Jarier, there's Jarier, and here is Watson, who is in fifth position. Jarier is closing up on Soura. Soura is closing up on Watson. Watson is in fifth position, and behind all of them, about 2 car lengths, Jacques Lafitte in eighth position in the Talbot Matra. And you've got to have nerves of steel to resist the pressure and not make a mistake. cars, 5th, 6th and 7th are virtually together, and Jacques Lafitte is starting to close up on Jarier. This is terrific stuff, and I remind you that ahead of them still is Carlos Reutemann, followed by Alan Jones, followed by Riccardo Patrese in 3rd place and Elio De Angelis in 4th place, and we look at the battle for 5th. And just imagine what it's like for Sura, because he's driving along virtually in a solid ball of spray that's coming up from Watson's wheels, and he challenges again. Down the long 3/4 of a mile straight. This is 5th gear, over 160 miles an hour. Just think about that. And Watson loses it. That's it. The pressure's got to him. He's kept the car going. Look, he's motoring. Now, if he'd had skirts on his car, he would have been out of the race. It would have damaged them. But immediately, John Watson, who was pressured and lost it, has gone straight down from 5th position to 8th position. Which means to say that Marc Sura has gone up to 5th position, Jarier to 6th, Jacques Lafitte to 7th place. This is Marc Sura, the second of these 2 cars. Marc Sura has now closed right up with Elio De Angelis, who is in 4th position. So, Sura, having fought his way up from 6th to 5th when he went past the spinning John Watson, he's now right in the spray of the 4th place man, Elio De Angelis, number 11 in the Lotus 81. And Marc Sura is now starting to pressure De Angelis in exactly the same way as he pressured John Watson. I wonder if the result is going to be the same. Sura, and Sura's got ahead of De Angelis. Marc Sura has got up into 4th position. Great stuff. We missed it, but he's got past De Angelis, and De Angelis is still on the circuit. And Alan Jones must, I would imagine, ahead of them, be closing up on Carlos Reutemann, just to say, in effect, look, my friend, I am less than 10 seconds behind you. Now is your chance to move over and let me, according to the rules of our contract, the requirements of our contracts, move over and let me, Alan Jones, take the lead. That's Piquet. Piquet spinning. Well, that indicates that Nelson Piquet, when he went into the pits, went on to dry tyres, that's to say slick tyres with no tread on them. And that explains why he's going so slowly. He made the wrong tyre choice when he came into the pits. He's finding it very difficult indeed to control the Brabham, and he must be ruining it because Nelson Piquet is now out of the points. There's Reutemann, almost home now, almost within sight as he comes down the long straight. The spectators, thousands and thousands and thousands of them. And there's the checkered flag. Carlos Reutemann wins. A brilliant achievement for the Williams team. I can't possibly overstate how good it was. 1st and 2nd for the 4th Grand Prix in succession. Marc Sura, a brilliant 3rd behind Patrese, ahead of Elio De Angelis, and Jacques Lafitte gets that last World Championship point for his 6th position. As Reutemann, no doubt, tired and wet, but he must be very happy. Whereas Alan Jones would be a lot less happy, I guess. Carlos Reutemann out of the car. Has he taken 1st place in spite of his contract, or because he didn't receive the signal? Well, we'll know later on. I wouldn't like to be the man to talk to Alan Jones right now. So, Carlos Reutemann, the winner of the Brazilian Grand Prix, from Alan Jones, his teammate in 2nd place.